Do you guys like racist jokes? And if you do, are you allowed to say that you like them? Because I grew up with South Park and I found it hilarious, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that some of those jokes were funny. PewDiePie is the last one that actually had the audacity to make a racist joke, and the Wall Street Journal immediately punished him. Punished him on the spot. So I don't know if I'm allowed to say I like them. I'm definitely not allowed to make them. So I'm considering getting a job for the HBO, or maybe like becoming an American citizen and then joining the Democrat Party, because it seems that they are the only humans in the universe that are allowed. Like, I don't know how they do it. That they have like this magic, I guess. Like maybe in the Democrat Party they have certain rituals, you know, like certain reignants and magical spells, which allows a human being to perform acts of racist jokes without actually getting punished for it, without getting sacked from social media, without having their accounts terminated, right? It's interesting. Again, you gotta join the Democrat Party, find out how they do it, and let me know. It's kind of, is it like joining the Scientology and then you climb all the way up, and when you reach like the last level, they give you the enlightenment? Is that how it went? Huh? Do you have to ask Nancy Pelosi? Nancy, how do I make jokes that are racist without getting canceled? How do you do it? So now you have John Oliver, right? And he's doing a bit. He's a comedian, right? So like he can do jokes, but again, like as a comedian, he's making offensive jokes. I don't know why. He's talking about the Supreme Court. Now, I can't show you the video because of copyright issues, right? Like HBO is very copyright friendly. So I can just show you a few clips and tell you what he is talking about. He appears, right, being upset about the Judge Clarence Thomas on the Supreme Court, which happens to be like the only black person on the Supreme Court, you know? It's like how Marvel and Disney, that when they race swap someone, they go like, the first ever, right? And everyone is cheering, everyone is happy, everyone is applauding, except for John Oliver. He doesn't like the first ever black Supreme Court justice on the Supreme Court. Like he just can't sleep at night. You know, like living in the United States must be a burden. Like it must pain him to know that one of the judges on the Supreme Court happens to be black. So he is now saying that he will give $1 million to this judge so he can, and in his language, get the fuck off of the Supreme Court. So he's bribing him with this automobile, in which, as you can see, everything is nicely furnished. Looks very expensive. It's got like this luxurious bedroom, and it's got all of the facilities and amenities you can imagine. And he's basically bribing a US judge to resign, and he is going to give him this $1 million brand new condo on wheels. No, sorry, my bad. See, I'm spreading harmful, dangerous misinformation, Russian collusion, and all that shit. He is giving him $1 million, and on top of that, this $2.4 million. So if Mr. Thomas resigns, right, he will get what appears to be $3.4 million. I guess, like, due to Bidenomics, you can make the argument that maybe it's like 1.5, all right, adjusted for inflation. Now, again, like, this is Democrat power in action, right? Like, they can say racist shit like this, basically assume that just because the judge is a black person, he has to follow the Democrats. Because I guess, like, that's what black people do, right? Like, if you don't vote for Joe Biden, are you really black? So because he disagreed with a couple of Democrat policies, then, I don't know, like, he's not diverse enough, right? Take into account that this is the most diverse court in the U.S. history, and they're the ones that repealed Roe v. Wade. The Democrats really don't like that. They don't mention that. Like the judges that had Roe v. Wade instated were all cisgender straight white men, and the judges that had Roe v. Wade repealed had women and a black judge there, and for some reason, they don't mention this. You know, they don't go like, well, I mean, you know, if it's a more diverse Supreme Court, then clearly their ruling is better than the icky one that was done by the cisgender white men, so therefore their ruling is more authoritative. But they're not doing that, right? Because at the end of the day, everyone knows that diversity doesn't mean like a difference of ideas or opinions or like even different races and ethnicities. No, it literally means do what the Democrats tell you. Like, that's what diversity means. And if you don't do what the Democrats tell you, well, John Oliver is going to try to bribe your ass. Now, a lot of people are asking the question, is it even legal what he is doing, right? Like, is it not a bribe? According to Romanian law, it would actually be a bribe. Because according to Romanian law, if you ask a member that's working for the government, so in this case, a judge, to make a document, sign a document, and in exchange he gets cash or goods, then it is a bribe. And you're asking him to sign his resignation, right? So, like, technically, in Romania, this would actually pass as a bribe. John Oliver himself says that he talked with his lawyers and that he's paying out of his own pocket in case that Thomas agrees. So he is very, very certain that this is not illegal. I mean, it's not illegal, but it's poor form. I guarantee to you that if Trump would do it, or any other Republican or populist, if they would attempt some shit like this, they would immediately get investigated by the DOJ. Even if they don't find anything, there would be like moral outrage, and I guess like the process would be the punishment, right? Because the DOJ is looking into you there. It's absolutely disgusting, right? And I'm willing to bet that at some point, within like the next 10 years, the reverse will happen. You will have a Republican, you will have a populist that maybe, he's not going to bribe a Supreme Judge like this, but he's going to make a joke about a person from the Supreme Court. And the moment that happens, the moment that joke lands, you're going to see all of these people who are laughing at John Oliver now, all of a sudden get moral outrage and butthurt and be like, oh my God, this is unthinkable, it's a danger to our democracy, and wham. So you guys need to remind them of this shit. It is so racist, like targeting the actual black person on the Supreme Court. Only the Democrats do that, don't they? It's like, he looks black, but he's not. Right? Like, the idea, you need to act black, I guess. That's what they're trying to say. Like, that's what John Oliver is basically trying to say. It's like, if you happen to be, like, if you're born this way, you have a box, right? Like, and we decide what the box is, and these are, like, the policies from within the box. And if you reach into another box, like, if you're siding with the Republicans, then you're evil. No, seriously, like when Joe Biden said, like, if you don't vote for Biden, you're not black, he meant it. Like, this is legitimately what they think. It wasn't like a gaffe or a slip of the tongue. No, it's like for one moment, he actually spoke the truth. He actually spoke what he thinks. And you get to see John Oliver confirming that. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.